What's up guys, Jackson here with Toasty DIY, and today we're going to be installing and uninstalling a bed cover. Right now I have the Bak Industries Revolver X2, and I'm going to be installing the Revolver X4, but I am going to also remove the X2, and I'll kind of show you guys some of the process of removing as well, just in case anyone needs to know how to do that. Yeah, the only reason I'm even doing this is, for one, you know, almost all the actual vinyl is coming up. I think I want to say this cover is probably original with the truck. Sadly, the back part here is like completely, it's just come apart. Like it's hard to show. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get the old cover off first, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the new cover on. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay guys, so getting the old bed cover off was really easy. Basically, you just have these aluminum brackets that after about, honestly, like one or two turns of a 14 millimeter, and they were all 14 millimeter, pretty much just come off. As you can see, just two of them had the straps on them so that you could strap it to the back of the bed. And if anyone's wondering, here's what the old one looks like. Now, you guys probably saw me struggle to get this thing off. I knew I could take these off. In all honesty, I'm like a work harder, not smarter kind of person. So I just took it off all in one piece. But these right here look like they're probably like a 12 or a 13. They are nylon locking, so an impact will make pretty quick work of those. But yeah, just zip those off, and then the rails are separate from the actual roll-on cover. Let's go ahead and unbox the new cover. All right guys, new bed cover is unboxed. It's not too hard to get out. I will say with both of these covers, you do need to be able to lift about, I'd probably say like 40 to 50 pounds relatively comfortably, because you are gonna have to, you know, kind of get this up there and everything, and especially if you had to get an old one off. So number one is clean the top of the bulkhead to install the, this is the, so wait, it says if the truck does not have a drop-in bed liner, please use 3/4 inch seal. If it does have a drop, use 1/4 inch seal. We have like a little drop right here, so I got that on pretty straight, minus one little spot towards the end that got a little bit crooked, but I'm not too worried about that. All right, so step number two is position the passenger side cover rail on the truck rail with the slotted bracket pushed all the way towards the front bulkhead. Let's just get it up here and just see what it looks like, I guess. Yeah, it's lining up pretty much exactly how it was before. So, okay, it says some drop-in bed liners may require trimming in the corners to fit the rail in the opening. So apply downward pressure when tightening. 12 inches or less from the end. Make sure the cover rail is clamped square and level. Hand tighten to 10 foot-pounds of torque with a 9/16 wrench or socket. I'm using 14, and that seems to be a pretty tight fit. Go ahead and, so it just uses a standard one. We don't need the one with the straps just yet. I'm assuming it'll be just like before. That'll be like the second one, because this is a flat end on one side, and then you have a nut on the other. The nut's gonna stick out towards you so you can actually see what you're doing and properly tighten it. All right, so we're not trying to tighten it as much as possible. We're just gonna get down to about 10 foot-pounds. And that's already actually pretty freaking tight. So can't complain about that. And it did say to kind of push down on the bed cover while you do it, I guess to kind of keep it from trying to bow upwards on you. Oh, here this, when installing each clamp, make sure that the clamps are inserted as far up. Yeah, so make sure you're pulling up on them. The last thing we'd want is for one of those to slide off and have your bed cover fly off on you, but these bed covers are heavy. So step number 4 is place the second clamp near the center of the rail. For 8-inch beds, they will be evenly spaced in the center section, hand tighten to 10 foot-pounds. Once again, apply downward pressure. Okay, so we're literally just gonna take another one of these normal ones without a strap, and we're gonna put it to what we think is about the middle, and also make sure that, you know, like you're kind of pushing in and down. You're gonna make sure that everything's on all the way. Okay, step number 5, place the rear clamp, E, as close to the tailgate as possible. So I'm gonna put it right about here. This feels like a good spot. Make sure it's all the way up, hand tighten. Now push up on the clamp and down on the bed cover. Oh, okay, so step 6, so we're literally just going to now do the same exact thing on the other side. All right, that was not too bad at all. So step number 6 basically says to go ahead and get your bed cover on, and go ahead and let me read one more time just to make sure. But I think it literally says to go ahead and try test rolling it pretty much. So number 6 is with both rails clamped in place, rest the rolled bed cover onto the rails at the tailgate. Roll the cover towards the cab. Remove and discard all packing materials. So let's go ahead and try to get it mostly where it's going to actually go, so that we can kind of get an idea on if everything we just did is actually going to work or not. All right, it's rolling great. Go ahead and hop out of the truck here. Yeah, this bed cover already looks amazing. It is so much less sun faded than my other one is. Typically lines up before we go any further, because I did leave those little pieces on at the end. Like I said, they don't add much, but you never know. So go ahead and get this in the kind of position where we think it'll be locked at. And this is adjustable to an extent. You know what? I will take that. Yeah, that's pretty smooth. That's clean. We do have more weather stripping that I'm assuming they're gonna have us put on later, if at all needed. I mean, it might be like, you know, for certain bed covers or something like that. I'm not really sure yet, but step number 6 was to go ahead and roll it open. We did that. So number 7 is roll the cover forward towards the cab, fold down the panel back and insert the 2 mounting bolts. The bolts will align with the slotted cover. Fold the cover back down. And let's see, number 8 is install the hardware loosely, and then so we're gonna have knobs this time, I think, instead of those nylon locking nuts. Open it and close the cover several times to verify that it rolls freely. The cover should be square with the cover rails and roll freely between the frames. Verify it's about a 1/8 inch gap on both sides to cover the edge so that water doesn't get in. Yes, okay, it just has to fit in squarely. So just like that, that fits in. We're not gonna be able to screw these in, you know, from the outside like we're doing now. So we'll have to basically get both sides on, and then we're gonna close the cover. Worry about that in a minute. All right, so let's see. Okay, top one needs to be further over. This one needs to be closer. So that's hard to see right now for you guys, like really hard, but I actually just got both of those to go in just fine, so that's good. So once again, slot these guys in. Let's go ahead and figure out. So this one needs to be here. This one needs to be here. Okay, I think we actually got them all in. It's hard to tell if that side went back down or not. All right, please don't roll back. Oh, all right. The next up, we're gonna put the washer on, and then we're gonna screw this guy on. All right, so we're gonna get these pretty much like, I'm gonna get them mostly like, I don't want the cover moving from where I have it because I think I have it in a good spot. It rolled really well. So I'm gonna attempt to just go ahead and tighten these pretty good by hand. That's hand tight enough for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and move anything that's too tall out of the way. And like it said, we just kind of want to make sure the cover is square. It should roll very freely. It should cover both sides pretty evenly. So, and you could always get out some measuring tools if you really want to really just make sure this is perfect. But, you know, I'd say it looks like we got about an inch gap from this rubber weather seal to the frame rail. And this one looks like it might be a little bit further maybe. I mean, it's not far off enough where, yeah, no, I don't think it's far off enough where I want to like go into super sweat mode and try to really get this perfect. But it rolls freely on both sides. That's what's really one of the more important things to me, honestly. Like I said, guys, tighten these within reason. They really don't need to be absolutely cranked down. Instructions, where are you? They did fly away. They were hiding from me under the truck. All right, to recap what we've done so far, we got 3 of the 4 clamps installed. We have not installed the ones with the straps. We have not done any more weather stripping besides the very first strip along the back there. And then we have our rails installed. We have the bed cover now tightened down. And I pretty much fully tightened. I don't recommend doing that because with anything that needs to be squared, you know, they're gonna want you to leave everything loose and then tighten all at the end. Next few steps are really just like making sure the gap is proper. I said I was pretty happy with the gap on both sides. Here, there's a rail on the inside, and that's what that spring back there controls. That rail comes out and basically locks these in as you go. It's actually a pretty sweet mechanism. So as you can see, they're going in just fine. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. This looks good. So we got the clamps all the way down and everything. It appears, it's hard to tell in some spots because like, yeah, you can kind of follow these, just make sure, but yeah, looks like we're pretty even the whole way. And you shouldn't be able just to like lift up on the weather strip and get it to come up. It should all stay down, especially when this is latched up. So let's see, number 15 is, first things first, we're gonna go ahead and mount these straps on. So let's get back up in here. We're gonna need our 14 millimeter wrench, or 9/16 as they call for. And it says we're gonna mount it as far forwards as possible once again. So I'm probably gonna put it right after this one because these straps are adjustable. So it's no big deal. This thing just keeps wanting to roll away on me. I don't like where they put the strap though because it wants to move with the whole entire assembly. I'm trying to hold it in place here, but now that we know the whole strap spins with it, we'll just spin the whole strap with it. Reaches, this one might, you know, doesn't even need an adjustment. They came the perfect length. So now our bed cover, yeah, I can't pull it back, so when we're driving, we get full access to the bed. So these are really just like a precautionary thing where like if you stopped really hard, or I don't know, if your cover started coming off, it's not gonna like destroy your glass and everything. Yeah, you kind of want to get it buried down in there. You want to make sure you're not over like any of the area where it needs to roll or unroll, I guess I should say. So I'm gonna do one there, and then I guess just like one right above it. It's kind of hard to tell like where the perfect spot is, if that makes sense, because you can't really, it's kind of hard to roll it like further. Show you guys the operation. There we go. And you basically just, once you get to the end here, sometimes it might be a little bit finicky, but here you go. And it just locks in place. Go ahead and walk it around. I guess we should probably, one more time. I've not made sure the bed cover closes, but like one time. Oh yeah, I'm definitely happy with it. So yeah, if you guys like this video, let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys have any other questions on like these trucks or bed covers or anything, you know, feel free to let me know. But yeah, overall, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, then make sure you guys subscribe. See y'all later. Peace out.